Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link, it'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Somebody say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. Let's go, man. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good to see y'all in the chat this morning, man. I can't wait to get into the show today. We got some exciting stuff we're going to talk about today, man. As you all know, yesterday, Bama fans, Bama Nation, we got our official kickoff times for our schedule. We knew who we were playing, just didn't know what time we need to be in front of the TV to get kickoff. So we got it now. We got the actual final release yesterday. We put they got the graphics out. You see people kind of reacting to it. We're going to talk about it here live. Then also we got some recruiting news, some recruiting updates. Today's live is not going to be as long as it usually is. An hour and 15 max is what we're going to do. We won't go past the hour and 15. So Mary J, please stay on top of this today. We got so much to talk about with recruiting. A lot of things developed yesterday after we released the news about the young man, Jaira Edwards. After that morning, when we did our review from the past Monday, when we did our review from this past weekend's visits, and we talked about how Jaira Edwards, you know, expressing he's an admirable young man. He's one of those young men. He's not going to give you hints by saying I'm a perfect fit for this and this school. He's going to say that everywhere he goes. But you look at the some of the things that are came about after his visit to Alabama. Schematically, you saw the fit, right? But then you also saw the language change from the others. And I look at things like he said it when he went to Auburn. I felt like I could fit in there or whatever. I'm looking for the school that can set me up, you know, give me the best opportunities after football, right? Those things are important to him. Though that's a young man with an agenda, right? And when he says for setting you up after football, how do you get set up for after football? Well, you maximize what you do during football, right? NFL, long career because of, the fact that you got that Bama pedigree under your belt. And you look at Bama players post NFL career, whether they was a superstar in the NFL or not, most of them are pretty successful right now. They're very successful. Their families are doing good. Even early on in the Saban era, you saw some guys kind of like Trent Richardson kind of struggle with his money habits early in his career, but was able to return back to the University of Alabama and get some guidance and some support, not just from Coach Saban, but from the university, the people that surround the university. And that's what Alabama provides. So when recruiting, when you can make that pitch, you put yourself ahead. So Jira Edwards is the guy. And then we just had somebody else yesterday. I talked about Kamari Brooks last week. I said he would be trending towards us. Somebody sent me, I say Dylan really be on it. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Dylan, shout out to Dylan in the chat. He really be on it. A lot of these big websites that everybody wants to go to and get their confirmations from, right? They'll sit here and watch my show. You'll have 64 people in the live like we had the other day on YouTube. We had 348 at one point when I looked at the screen between our platforms. But on YouTube, we had 68 live. We ended up ending that live with 56 likes, right? So that it's safe to say that probably, 30 to 40 people that aren't usually in here saw the recruiting news break, and they came in and they wanted to see what we had to say. And I literally watched it. I watched it happen. I watched it happen from look, Justin Hill, the other youngin about to be at Bama. He Justin Hill's teammate, Rael Kelly, the other corner in this class. I just did a write-up about him yesterday. Another Cincinnati guy that Coach Mo is after. Him and Everett Hill might be in this class together. I still think we'll talk about it. I won't give y'all all the details here in the intro. Y'all know we take the first 15 minutes to kind of let everybody get congregated, get settled in. I got my coffee this morning. I got my donut stick this morning. I got two of them things this morning. Y'all know we back on that. It's the summertime. Honey buns, coffees, and donut sticks. That's what our breakfast is going to be consistent of live on the show. So as we continue to bring in clips, don't forget today we also have check them out, Coach, with highlights for the high schools, high school prospects that's looking to possibly get looks. We have a lot of recruiters, a lot of coaches, a lot of analysts tapping in on Instagram and Twitter, jumping in the inbox. Hard Tech Sports has confirmed it. Brody, I think Brody's been getting blown up with a lot of prospects, but Hard Tech Sports and myself, we're really spearheading this thing. I'm doing the midday session alone where we just run random highlights. We're looking at just randoms today during the midday, but tonight we will have rising quarterbacks in the country that you should know about, not just in the 26 class, but quarterbacks across the country that we need to get our eyes on, and that I feel like they're going to end up making some type of uptrend to where they will be a face in college football in the next 2 to 3 years. Under the radar right now, maybe, or just not getting the same recognition as some of your 5 stars and 4 stars. I want to look at some of the talent across the country that has reached out. And a lot of these guys that I have on this list is I have right now I have 6 quarterbacks. We're trying to get 10. 4 of these guys, 5 of these guys, I feel like really could be day one competitive guys, can go in and start in the right system. And then some other guys are some developmental pieces that will make great depth pieces and take advantage of. You know what? We'll talk about it later in the afternoon. But recruiting, I think we have this persona around kids and their recruiting that all of them think they deserve a D1 scholarship, but some of them understand now because of technology and because the way information is made available to this generation, they understand, like, I just need to get in school and pay for my education so I could, get a degree, come back to my town, become on my own business as a plumber or whatever, and contribute back to my community. Some of them have that type of plan. Some people are really are really set on rebuilding their communities and impacting their community. So that's just one phase of it. But we'll be talking about that at 11:30 today with Check 'Em Out Coach Highlight Review. Please share that link up. We're actually going to have the link set. I don't put my links up too early because it doesn't give you a real opportunity to get your organic viewership. But we'll jump into that But what we got scheduled, we got recruiting, and then that's going to be it for today on this live show. So if you're excited to get in the game with your boy, man, and you ready to have some fun, somebody type in the chat, say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. I'm ready to get into it. Hopefully y'all are too. Let's do it. Let's go. Hey, y'all can't find my intro.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
You're talking about Jalen Milroe and the Pips, the perfect weak side linebacker, right? Put him next to the mic.
Not going to take up a lot of time, but I want to say that I'm excited about what.
Okay, forgive me, my brother. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just still sorry for all the other content creators now that we have this mega star back in our presence.
All right, everybody, let's get into the conversation. Let me open this screen up a little bit. Now we're here. Let's go. All right. Today we got our schedule, man. Let's jump it off with the schedule before we even start talking about recruiting. That's the main thing I want to talk about today. Recruiting. It's a lot of news surrounding recruiting. I want to give y'all what I got on recruiting. Fix my hit list board. I'm gonna introduce y'all to the hit list later on another episode, and we're gonna turn the camera just a little bit more so the hit list could be right there, and y'all can see our Yon apparel. Y'all can see the AAA t-shirts that's still available on the merch website. And then we got Sherman Williams, OG running back, Alabama running back great, 92 to 94, I believe was his time. 92 to 95, 96, something like that was Sherman Williams. Met him at the game, South Carolina game last year, was very cordial, very inviting. Going to be doing some collabs with him throughout the season. He's actually going to be a guest, one of our featured guests, alumni guests on the show in the upcoming fall season. So that's some hype stuff here happening on the Coach Smook Network. But jumping into the conversation today, man, I just want to kind of talk about a few things in regards to this schedule, man. And we saw it get released last night, the kickoff times. And I'm loving our kickoff times early in the season, man. I love these early games. Nothing at 8 p.m. I love that for us. The only one that I'm not feeling right now, and it's no big deal, right? It's no big deal. We're talking about, middle of the season, somewhat of a trap game. It's that those early kickoff games, right? Against SEC opponents. So I'm gonna pull up the schedule real quick. Let me go ahead and share this screen real quick. Let's get to the right layout, chat. And appreciate everybody for pulling up again. I don't know if we did roll call. Let me do a roll call real quick. Mary J, if you could start at the top and start clicking on those comments from the top. The first comment, I want to give acknowledgement. We haven't done it in a while. First comment of the day goes to Zach tapping in with Roll Tide. What's up, Zach? Good to see you this morning. What's up, Greg? Good to see you, Roll Tide. AAA family. Greg is in the building. Jarrell, what's good, man? Good to see you, my guy. Who else we got in here? Ayo Sully just was texting, bro. We going if y'all up late tonight, me and Sully should be playing a late night series. Jordan Wright, the one man band himself, is in the building. $1 Million Man himself, big homie 334. I'm gonna text you, man. I got your message. I appreciate you, man. Dylan, my ace. Dylan is my social media freaking scout. He gonna get out there. He gonna get to it. He gonna find out what they saying, who's saying it, and who faking and funk and trying to stunt. Megan. She's really the insider, y'all. She keeps me pointing in the right direction. We're getting the topics available. She's really been on top of it. Shout out to Megan. Russell, solid support there. Get Russell a wristband, chat. Y'all better get my guy a wristband. Who else we got out there? Deborah, my beautiful sister, y'all. Hey, fellas, single fellas. Y'all see that beautiful lady right there? Go back up to Deborah. Y'all see her? I'm going to hook up real quick. Hey, y'all see this beautiful young lady right here? And I'm going to say young. She older than me, but she young in spirit. Shoot your shot. I'm just playing. Don't shoot your shot. You better come with some substance because she ain't playing. She is playing. Deborah, if you here, I told you I was going to pick at you next time I get on live. So welcome in, my big sister. Good to see you. Go ahead, roll. We're scrolling through. How many more we got? We got a few people. Dad, what's good, boy? That boy's still asleep, boy. You better wake up. What? Somebody tell him. Say, what? Come on, boy. Stop playing around, man. Wake up. Shout out to my guy, Frank White in the building. Frank White in the building. He said, Roll Tide Roll, what's your email? I couldn't read that message. Bring it back up for me, Mary J. He said, what's your email, bro? I'm sending you some film, multiple players. Hey, send it to my DM on Twitter. That's the easiest way to do it. Emails suck. Email it send it to my DM on Twitter or Instagram at Coach Smook on Instagram or Twitter. And that's the best way to contact you, boy. And appreciate everybody for pulling up all the shout outs, man. That's the people live. And if you're tapping in post live, drop a comment in the comment section so that we can acknowledge you. Diving into the schedule, chat. Let's get into it. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna talk. We did this the other day with Jackson on the Voice of College Football. Make sure y'all go subscribe. We got the call-in show over there tonight too. Alabama Voice of College Football. But the schedule looks good, man. Like I said, we already knew we had somewhat of a favorable schedule, right? We knew we had somewhat of a favorable schedule coming into the season with a lot of our tough games that we lost on the road. All 3 games on the road that we lost, we get them at home this year. And all of these teams are dealing with roster turnover, production, lack of production returning, quality production returning, right? Hey, Deborah said, put her in the game. I got you, sis. You know, they call me Dr. Love, you know, Coach Love sometimes. So if y'all into that, you know, let me stop. Go check out the Smook Hines page. We got some quality content over there. That's the side where we're going to be acting up and having fun as a community and supporting and doing what we do, man. It's going to be fun. Go check out that Smook Hines at Smook Hines on YouTube. Go follow that page. August 30th, 2:30 kickoff against Florida State. I'm very excited about this game. 2:30 is early enough in the day, but late enough to not have to get up and start grilling too early, right? My plan is to be in Tallahassee August 30th. I'll be just coming back at the beginning of that month from my school, from earning my certifications and things of that nature. But August 30th, we plan to be in Tallahassee. We've been coordinating some things. If I have anybody in the community that wants to meet in Tallahassee, you don't have to travel with me, but if you want to meet down there, I won't be going into the game. I will be tailgating. I will be doing a whole out on campus with Coach Smook, Tallahassee, Florida style. We'll be down there tailgating, interacting with the fan bases, Bama fans. I got a group of tailgating Bama fans that'll be there. We'll go be linking up with them. So if y'all want to be with me to represent the AAA community, and also if you're in the community and you want to be part of the team that actually does the production, we're looking for a third cameraman, right? And you don't have to have no specialized skills, but also just somebody just to kind of be like an assistant, an aid while we're moving around, just to kind of keep everything organized, keep your eyes about. If you're really supporting the community and you think you want to be able to do that this season, let me know. So we got a 2:30 kickoff August 30th, Tallahassee, Florida. Then you got the next week after that, September 6th against ULM, 6:45 p.m., a late night game. And I think this is cool because it's the first home game of the season. You got an opponent that you should be able to handle, you know, and I'm not going to say that this season. I'm not going to overlook any teams this year, but when you look at the metrics of it, the rosters, ULM got some talented transfers out of that portal. They got some crazy talented guys out the portal, and they can make it look interesting early on if we're not on our P's and Q's in week 2. So 6:45 p.m. late night game. I'm pretty sure the first home game gonna be packed like it was last year against Western Kentucky. This year, 6:45 p.m. year 2, a lot of anticipation post this game. What's going to happen with the quarterback situation? Does Ty Simpson go in game 1 and kill it against Florida State? Or does he go in and sputter, and then Keelan Russell gets in, and then we pull off with the lead, and then Keelan Russell gets thrown out against ULM in week 2 at home for his first night game? And then let's say we blow this out. We got the 6:45 game kickoff. Let's go ULM. Next week, the week after that, September 13th. And where's my water at? I need that song done. All right, we got it right here. The next week after that, September 13th at 11 a.m. You got Wisconsin at on ABC. Now, as you all see, all of our ABC games, right, are literally like games that, to me, really matter this season, right? I guarantee you, third Saturday in October is going to get picked up by ABC. Depending on how South Carolina looks at this point, I think their record's going to be looking good. We'll have basically 4 weeks of primetime games if we're sitting high and looking low like I think we are. All right, you're talking about Tennessee, at South Carolina, hosting LSU, hosting Oklahoma. That 4-game stretch is so important. This is the gauntlet of the season to me. And I'll even take it back to the Missouri game, having to go on the road and play at noon. We know how those games are going on the road at noon. Now, Nick Kelly, shout out to Nick Kelly. writing over at the Tuscaloosa News, he had an article that he wrote his upset alert level. I don't know if that was what it was called, but like his dark horse meter or whatever of games that you shouldn't overlook. Missouri was on there. Now that I see that the kickoff is at 11 a.m., I will put Missouri in that don't look over this game category. We all know what noon kickoffs do to super talented teams that come in with this quote unquote advantage, right? Skill advantage. We know what it does. It's just happened in college football forever. Even last year, we still saw residue of that. It's just happening. The early games are hard to get up for when you're not used to doing it. I think we saw a better performance from Alabama in early games last year than we had during the Saban tenure because of the new practice schedule, the morning practice schedule where players are getting up and they're practicing. I think practice starts anywhere from 9 a.m. and they go right into the heat of the day, 11:30, right when it's getting hot, right? And your body's kind of getting to that peak. That's when you want to be in the practice and force your body to go through that short stint of overexertion and not killing and draining your body so you can't recover. We saw a lot less catastrophic injuries to our team when it came to health. And I'm not talking about like leg injuries and stuff like that, but like what they call it, respiratory issues, all of that stuff. We saw a lot less injuries and we saw a lot less we saw an increase in production as far as energy, right? Longevity. What is stamina? We saw an increase in stamina from our defensive line, offensive linemen. They lasted a lot longer last year in the games. Defense played in six out of the 12 regular season games. The defense only played over 65 snaps in 4 games, compared to 8 games the year before under Coach Saban and Kevin Steele. I just want y'all to remember that. So we basically cut our production down, defensive production. We increased that and cut down the amount of snaps almost by half compared to the year before. So a game like Missouri with this schedule and how they're preparing these guys practicing in the morning, I think we should be prepared to go in and handle business in this game, man. Should be prepared to go in and handle business in this game. And then of course, like I was saying, that gauntlet Tennessee game, and you see they put in the times, but these are going to be big games. So I think this Tennessee game, depending on what Tennessee looks like, it might be an early afternoon game. Third Saturday in October. I love the early afternoons. Love the early afternoon games in October. Same thing with South Carolina. I do not want a night game October 25th in South Carolina. I'm just being honest, chat. I do not want a night game October 25th. LSU, I want that night game. We coming home. Bring them home after. I think South Carolina game going to be a tough road game. Bring LSU in the house late night. Let's get them kicked off at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Let's end the night with a bang. We're going to do a call-in show till 5 in the morning, Sunday morning. I'm going to get off the call-in show, take a shower, and go to church and celebrate us whooping up on them Tigers, chat. Y'all know how we do. Hey, and then we got OU the next week. Jason Watkins will be pulling up in time to hang with yours truly. And we'll be providing some literally on-screen collaborations Thursday, or the plan is to do it Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But if not Thursday, Friday and Saturday, and we might do a post stream. I might get Jason to come to church with me Sunday. And we're gonna vlog that whole weekend and have some fun, man. Two-tone AP Breezy feeling like Wheezy. What's up, man? What's the world? What kind of bars you breaking in the chat this morning? Hey, welcome in, man. Welcome in. And make sure you drop a like on the stream. And everybody in the chat, make sure y'all dropping likes on the stream. Let me get a like count. Right now, how many we got in the chat right now? We got 61 total between all platforms. We're live on Facebook on both pages, Coach Smook and my personal page. So if you following those, make sure you drop a reaction. Don't just watch. Drop a reaction that says we got 9 people watching between both of those pages. Make sure y'all drop some reactions. That's way more than what we've been getting. We've been getting about 3 or 4. Let's get it up. 26 in the chat on YouTube. Let's run the likes up on YouTube. Then we got 32 in the chat on Twitter. We got 1 in the chat on Twitch. So we're live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch this morning. No TikTok or Instagram. They've had some issues the other day, but we're going to get those issues fixed. Back into the conversation. We dive back into it. November 22nd, Eastern Illinois. I feel like I'm gonna go to that game just so I could get a chance to get in the game. I should be eligible by November 22nd, chat. I think I gotta miss like the first 8 games. I gotta check my eligibility, but I'm definitely, if I'm eligible, I should be able to get in. And I'll be changed and done signing autographs by 7:30, so we can do the call and show that day. So we can do the. What y'all think, chat? What y'all think? Y'all think Coach Smook can get in the game? I have to play some safety right now. Throw me in. I ain't playing on wide receiver. The knee's bad. I go and hit somebody. I ain't trying to take no hits. I got a little bit more weight than I did when I was in college. Now I'm about 180 right now, 185. I could be a solid safety, 6'3", 180. Coach Smook in the safety room, or put me at quarterback and give me the best offense line. Give me 6-man protection. Give me 6-man protection, coach. I might just scramble a little bit, chat. I might be able to scramble, get loose a little bit. Hips a little loose still. Might have to stretch 4 or 5 days before the game. Just continuously. 4 or 5 days in a row. Just continuously stretch. But I think we'll be good. I think Baloo and the strength and conditioning staff will get me straight. All I need is 2 weeks to get prepped. You know what I'm saying? For 3 plays. And I could go in there and be an impact for 3 plays. But November 22nd, 1 p.m. against Eastern Illinois. That's Northeast Illinois, if I'm not mistaken. Or Eastern Illinois. And then November 29th, man, going to East Opelika, Alabama to play University of Auburn in Jordan-Hare. And that's probably the only game that truly scares me on this schedule, because Auburn, and I keep saying this and it pisses me off because it's all pending on their quarterback. If Auburn has a decent quarterback in Jackson Arnold, if he gives them solid production, I mean literally solid production. I ain't talking about Jackson Arnold could pass for 2,000 yards. Jackson Arnold could pass for 2,000 yards, rush for 500 yards, right? Use his legs 500 to 800. That's something that's in his wheelhouse on a bad year, right? He can only throw like, if he only throw 25 touchdowns and rush for 10, he has enough offensive assets around him that can create. That running back room is pretty solid. The wide receivers are pretty solid. The defensive front is going to be talented. So those are the main areas where Alabama has our experience. Their defensive front, we got experience at the offensive line. Their wide receivers, we got experiences in the defensive back room. The quarterback is their problem. We're figuring out, who our interior guys are going to be and how effective they're going to be in affecting the quarterback and kind of knowing what's coming and how to put guys in place at that middle linebacker position and at the will position. They kind of direct the defense more so than Mike and the free safety, but the will is definitely trained to do that. And it helps when you have two hats on the field that know what's going on in the middle of that defense. So it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be one that's hyped up. If both teams are full health, full strength, it's going to be one of the games that I think this will be one of those games where we look back on and be like, man, that was a game. And what's crazy is if all goes well for both teams, this could be round 1 of the SEC championship. This could be round 1 of the SEC championship. And then both teams could show up the next week and literally play each other for the SEC championship. And if we beat Auburn twice in a row, they'll be a 2-loss team, maybe 3-loss at this point of the season. Shoot, might be 4-loss. And the way that things played out last year, with them giving credit to people for being in their conference championship game, Auburn might end up being a number 11, number 12 team with 4 losses ranked in the top 12 because of where their losses went. Let's say Auburn was to lose to Georgia on their schedule. I just don't see Auburn losing 4 games outright. Let's say the 2 games that they do lose is week 1, right? Open it up. I mean, not week 1 because they play some bullcrap game. But let's say they lose to Georgia, Tennessee, and us throughout the season, right? Ranked teams, whatever. Losing them at home is probably going to hurt their strength of schedule or their resume. But Auburn has a chance to be in that position. We have an opportunity to see some crazy stuff happen this year in the SEC because of the 12-team playoff and how everything shapes out. Regular season games matter, especially early in the season. Now they should matter, and I think they're going to matter this year. But that's our schedule, y'all. Schedule reveal for the Alabama Crimson Tide 2025 season. games that Coach Smook Network should be present for, and we're planning to be attending. We're planning to attend is August 30th against Florida State. We trying to be in Tallahassee. That's the plan. For sure, we're going to be home opener September 6th, 6:45 p.m. No big events scheduled. We're showing up as fans. We're going to do our post-game show, call-in show. I'm training some people to be able to operate that for us, and that way we can be on that phone line and do what we got to do. September 27th, we're going to be in Athens. I said Athens. I almost said Athlon, one of our affiliate partners and sponsors. September 27th, we'll be at Athens. And then we won't make third Saturday in October. We wanted to, but we won't make that one. Now, I have just been informed in the month of October is around the time when South Carolina Gamecocks women's basketball will be hosting a few events. As you all saw this past season, I was able to network with Coach Dawn Staley. Shout out Coach Staley, man. She's a cool person. I've been holding on this for a while now, but we actually interacted on Instagram, y'all. And I was just, y'all want to see Smook be a fan? Let Kobe Bryant come up in my presence. Dawn Staley. Let Sanaa Lathan. Y'all know Sanaa Lathan from Love and Basketball. Let her pop up. Stevie Wonder. Who else? It's a lot of like celebrities. Like, I won't fanboy over them, right? I won't fanboy over them, but those names that I just mentioned, definitely fanboy. Dawn Staley, she's been my favorite female player since 94, 95, when she was in college. I love me some Dawn Staley, so to be able to take that picture and interact, that was cool. But South Carolina game, we might be in Columbia. Handling some other things outside of the Coach Smook Network, more so on the Smook Hine side of things. But we might be in South Carolina. That's a week that we'll be kind of detached with the weekend content for covering the game. We might not be able to do a call-in show that weekend, but we might be on campus. And if so, I'll know like 3 weeks out, and I want to try to get a entourage, a crew of like 5 or 6 people to take that trip with us. Expenses, we won't know the logistics of it until we get there, or until we get to that point to plan for it. But LSU night game, Coach Smook is going to be in T-Town. I plan on being at a bar scene. More so of a reactive show. We won't do a call-in right after the show. That'll be a late night call-in where we'll probably go live at 11 p.m. after the game. Well, if that's the case, we won't be able to do it at a bar. We'll have it set up by then to where I don't have to be the one operating the call-in show. We're going to have it set up to where I'm going to be able to be mobile wherever and listen to the call-in and do my show from wherever I'm at. Shout out to the team too that's making that possible. And then of course we will be at we won't be at LSU because we will be scratch LSU. We're gonna do that from home. Oklahoma game we won't be doing. I'm getting my dates mixed up. Jason is going to be here the Oklahoma week. That's the week before Thanksgiving and all of that stuff. 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. Jason will be here that week. We're gonna hang out that weekend. We'll be in T-Town for that game. November 29th, Thanksgiving week, we will do an early link up in Auburn Friday. We will do our weekend festivities. That call-in show will be different. I plan on having that set up with a table live. We're going to have our internet connection set up, all that good stuff so that we can do a live call-in show from a site in Auburn, Alabama. It's probably going to be outside late at night. Probably going to be a lot of drunk people. We got security already lined up for this event. We're going to change the game this year when it comes to covering Alabama sports and being on site for providing our reactions and creative content. So with that being said, y'all, that's the end of that. That's the schedule review. Good extensive talking, just kind of thoughts on how we're going to navigate this season with covering the Alabama Crimson Tide and being on top of the schedule. Now, we got about 25 minutes left in the show. So right after this message, right after this little infomercial break, and Mary J, you can get that banner off the screen. We're going to go into our infomercial break. After this infomercial break, y'all, we're going to get into the topics of Alabama recruiting. You know, the hype around it, why so many players are starting to, we're seeing a lot of trends from last year. And I want to kind of get on a segmental topic flow for this segment. So when we come back, I'm gonna snap in. I'm gonna check in with the chat. We're gonna hit a few comments. So Mary J, find a few comments, that questions and things of that nature that we could react to. Go ahead and prep them. And then when we get back, we'll jump into the conversation surrounding Alabama recruiting. And then to close out the show, I have a few call outs that I'm gonna make. I know y'all see my hit list. Y'all probably can't see the name. We're gonna actually get one a banner that I could write on with my permanent marker. This little whiteboard gets a glare on it, so I'm gonna get a black banner, just a black sheet, and I'm gonna have a white marker, and we're gonna continue to create our hit list. But we got a few wannabe content creators that keep putting my name in their mouth. We're gonna go ahead and take them off the map. We got one that's been around. Y'all know him. And we got two that's been around. We know them. We got a bone to pick with them. So until they publicly respond and show up like we did last year when we was calling folks out and bringing them on the show and calling them fair weather fans to their face and making them backpedal on everything they were saying on their lives, we doing the same thing again. They said what? He said what? That's what we calling it. They said what? With Coach Smook. We calling them out, chat. Just one. It's just one. No big deal. I won't even put a name on this one today. It's just an idea that's out there, a narrative that's out there about Alabama football. We're going to shoot it down. That's how we're going to close the show out. And I want y'all to comment and let me know what y'all think, man. So right after this message, we'll jump into it. Thank y'all for being here again. And remember, man, make sure y'all continue to tap that chat and say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
Better go subscribe. You do roll with the tide. I'm down in the gun with Coach Smook. Through the game, roll tide, roll tide. Better go subscribe. TikTok.
you. Jordan said the beat go hard in the car. Listen. If y'all were in the back, if y'all were in the green room, Mary J, drop a comment and tell them on the scale of 1 to 10, how hype is it in the green room during the commercial breaks when we got the music? On the scale of 1 to 10, you might have to put it on the extended scale because I'll be back here, bro. You would think that I was in a concert because in my headphones, just like you said, beat in the car, bruh. Off the wall, Mary J. I literally, it's been times, y'all, since we put these lights up, I've had to literally try to fix the lights. Like I done been bouncing it, boom, break my headphones come off. The flag done came down before. That's the energy I want to bring. So if y'all feeling it, man, continue to support the content, continue to share it, like it up. I don't know where we at on the likes today. Somebody give me an update on the likes right now. And do I have our dashboard set up the right way while I'm sitting here live? I feel like we've actually got some quality algo today, and we didn't even set the live stream up correctly. We ain't put our tags on there. I appreciate y'all for tapping in today. That means y'all been looking for it. That means y'all been waiting for us to get live. Y'all been waiting to get back dialed in with the content, get back on the schedule. More consistent schedule, more consistent viewership. We got 25 likes on the stream, man. Turn up. Already, baby. Already. Let's go, chat. Y'all are crazy, man. Y'all crazy. Bing, bing, bing. We done hit that 26, 27. Let's go. Continue to run the likes up, man. I appreciate y'all. So while we running the likes up, don't forget, check out our merch. It's in our link tree, all of the links. We are still building. We are still building our own personal site so we don't have to have a middleman, and that we're actually trying to charge cheaper for our shirts, man. I don't want any of my merch to be over $25, man. Now your extra large sizes for that, $30 maybe, but $25, the way these prices are set up on this website, in order to even get it out to y'all without me having to pay out of pocket, man, the prices are ridiculous. We know what's happening in the government with tariffs, and that's affecting it a lot with our digital marketing and things of that nature. So we're building our own website. We're finding a printer. If you all have friends or family members that are trying to get their printing business, t-shirt printing business off the ground, tell them to contact coachsmook@gmail.com. We got a demand. People just want to know when they're going to get it and how they're going to get it, where it's coming from, the quality of it. If you got some people that do that type of work, let's network, let's collab, and this could be beneficial for both of our brands and both of our businesses. Just a little segue, little infomercial, little promo, whatever y'all want to call it, so that we can continue to grow. Coach Smook Network is not just a sports talk page. It is a growing business network, consulting network, production network, engineering network, right? So that's what we do. That's what we do here at the Coach Smook Network. I appreciate you out. I have a question, Smook. Your personal opinion. Was our O-line struggles last season? Go ahead and put that comment up. This is what we're taking this little 5 minutes to do this before we get into our last two topics of conversation. I have a question, Smook. Your personal opinion. Was our O-line struggles last year due to Miro, they play, or a combination? What's the fix and what's your level of confidence in being fixed? Okay, Frank White, I want to say this, and I'm gonna change the music because this is one that this is one I think we can kind of dialogue about here for the next few minutes. So let's get to this one. Let's get to this one. I like Rico's beat for these type of conversations. So, and I'm saying this, I'm sorry, y'all. Me and Mary J, we getting our chemistry down. I'm saying stuff like this, vocal cues, so she can know. So this beat from Rico, this is like our talking point beat. This is chat. Y'all like that vibe when I'm talking, when we get to this part of the show like this? That Rico beat. See, showing them go get you hype. Rico gonna have you listening. And I told him he need to go ahead and upload another beat. But yeah, Frank, here goes my answer, man. So I think it was a solid combination of both. Milroe's lack of understanding or lack of the being able to execute the job being asked of him on a consistent basis. Because when he executed, we saw how prolific that offense was. But in order for him to execute at a high rate and more consistent rate, we saw our offensive line struggle at points of time, especially at the right tackle position. We didn't start the season with Caden Proctor, and that's, to me, when Caden Proctor was out, I feel like the offense was at a better production clip. And I'm not saying Caden had anything to do with it. I just feel like once Caden got in the game, Jalen felt like he had his pocket presence took a step back. Once he felt like he had the guys in front of him that he wanted, it took a step back. Just go watch all the games. You can see his awareness really dial it back. When he had them other two, when it was Formby and I believe who was starting at left tackle that first game? I think they put Booker out there at one point. They had Vandermark at guard. They had Booker at left tackle. I forget who they started at left tackle. It wasn't Pritchett. I forget who they had out there at left tackle behind Proctor. But it wasn't working out, whoever it was. I think it was Tyler Booker, because you had Jaden Roberts go to right guard, and you had Geno Vandermark playing left guard center. Well, left guard. Yeah, so I have to go back and look. But that played a huge factor in it. And then you got to think, man, this was a totally new system. Jalen Miro had a total of maybe, let's say, out of the 30 practices that you get, the 15 that you get in spring, well, 14 that you get in spring, because the 15th one was definitely an A-Day game scrimmage. And then he had the 2 scrimmages in the fall, the 2 weeks in the fall. Then you had game prep. That's not a lot of reps to say that you understand anything. Like, I don't care how long you've been playing. The whole new system comes in, language, everything comes with it. The basics of football are still there, but you have to be able to adjust and roll around and move around and be resilient and blend. And he struggled with that. But to struggle with that in that facet like he did last year, and to still be able to help the team be at a 9-3 clip in the regular season, you still in the contention for your conference championship game. All of these things carry over when you bringing back a lot of production, a lot of familiarity, and then you revamp this with players who are familiar with your system now. So that's the fix. Just allowing the process to kind of continue to evolve. That's the fix. And my level of confidence in it being fixed, I'm right there at the 95% level. I'm not 100% sure, because there's 1 or 2 spots where I'm like, I want to try a guy there. I am still a firm believer and a firm advocate for having my offensive line set up to where Caden Proctor needs to be on the interior. I'm a firm believer in that. I just feel like his size and his skill set, he will be a lot more dominant at the guard position. A lot of people like him at tackle. They love him because that's where he's been as a freshman. I don't think he's going to reach his full potential playing tackle at the collegiate level. Now, you go to the NFL, it's a different ball game. A lot more one-on-ones in the NFL. Not as many stunts in the NFL up front. You see a lot of one-on-ones because it's just the best on best. So you really get to compete there, right? At the collegiate level, it's limited space and time to really compete and hold your spot. And then you have to do other things because you're not going to necessarily have, the best of the best at each spot on your side of the ball. So you got to scheme up things to open things up. And that's what makes it harder for the offensive line at the collegiate level than at the NFL level, if you ask me. And then, Caden and Wilkins tandem at tackle is going to be something to be watching this year too. I think we see a great improvement there. The interior is probably going to be the best interior group we see across the board. You're talking about Jaden Roberts at right guard, Parker Brelsford at left guard, and then getting heavy feels that Cam Dewberry is going to be in that left guard position. He or Geno Vandermark, I believe, will be the starters there. And I like what Geno did towards the end of the year, y'all. I know I gave him a lot of crap coming into the season. He crapped the bed early in the season when he got reps, and I was being very harsh on him. But coming into this offensive line room, I like how he finished last year. I like what he looks. So that's a good question to go into to kind of round out that 5-minute little segment there. Jumping into our last topic of the day, man. Recruiting news. Alabama recruiting hot. Coach Smook has been on it. Y'all see they not ever gonna give me my recognition. They not ever gonna give me my recognition. But as long as you all continue to echo it, it'll catch on soon. But we've really been putting in work. I've been up. Some of these kids are up till 2:00 in the morning just on their phone scrolling, seeing what's being said about them. And I say a lot about these young men, and it opens up doors for conversations. And it seems like God has me in a place to where, these kids, they'll have a message from me from, a month ago. And because they're showing up to to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I said Columbus. They're showing up to Tuscaloosa. They're hitting me up like, hey, Coach, I'm going to be in town Fridays this time. Coach, I'm going to be in town late Thursday this time. Hey, you want to link up? Because I'm going to be busy. And right now, y'all know my situation. We got the vehicle issue right now. If I could be at T-Town every day, I would. I would take that hour and 45-minute trip and spend 4 to 5 hours a day on campus just to be there, because that's how much I love Alabama football. But I also just love Alabama recruiting. I love recruiting, not just Alabama recruiting. I love recruiting. I love interacting with the players. It keeps me close to the sideline like I used to be, you know, as a coach. So I'm enjoying this process. But looking at this, and I'm going to go to Bama 247 site to look at the confirmed visitors list. But we also have a young man that's visiting this weekend that just got added to the list, late addition to the list. And I talked about Javen Mallory back in April when we were doing our targets list. We talked about Javen Mallory, and a lot of people, you know, they say this is a Miami lock. I still think it's a Miami lock right now until you get on campus at the University of Alabama. I think you have a chance anytime with this staff. They're different. I'm telling y'all keep thinking I'm playing and I'm just talking to be talking. But with this staff, I think you have, anytime you bring a player that's currently committed on this staff and you have an opportunity, I'm telling y'all, this staff has an innate ability to get in these guys' ears and say the right things to strike an interest. You know, give us a look. We not necessarily asking you to commit, but we're asking you to give us a look because we feel like you will be a great fit for a program that's really going to be a national title contender, you know, year in and year out. So looking at the young man, and we're making waves, like I said, the young man, Javen Mallory, running back, currently committed to Miami, has just announced that he will be making that official visit. And this is what I'm saying, like, just because these kids put these schedules out on June 2nd don't mean they won't change their mind, because coaches, the good recruiters, are not going to stop contacting players that they interested in. And you're looking at the running back room right now. We have Xavier Corwell. We had Cooper on campus last week. Our athlete in this class, primarily going to play running back, more than likely slot, can play defensive back. I think Alabama wants him as a running back asset. And I'm telling you right now, we're going for 2 guys heavy. Was he a target? Yes. You always got to keep your targets, you know, let them know you're a target. You got to keep them there. Do I think he fits into this class how it's shaping up right now? Yes. I would say this. What's the chances of us flipping him now? It went from 25%. Now you're making the visit. The Smook scoop level is right at a 5.5 out of 10. The scoop level is about a 5 out of 10. Tomorrow when he shows up on campus around 2:00, I'm going to know what's happening. I'm going to know I'm going to know what's happening around 2:00. So that's kind of an addition. But the confirmed list, some of my youngest showing up, and I talk to Dash like every other day right now, man. The young man is hungry. He feels he's the #1 player in this class. And he has an argument. 6'2", 180 pounds. If he was classified as a free safety corner, he'll be top 3. If he was classified just strictly a wide receiver, he'd be a top 3 guy. So he has an argument. Coming out of Spring Valley, California, Dash is one of those guys. I don't see anybody stopping him from obtaining anything that he wants to obtain on the field. And I'm not saying he don't do it off the field. He's very well spoken, high GPA, SAT scores, all of that stuff is good off the field. We're not worried about that. It comes from a very strong-willed, great foundational, faith-based family. But on the field, I don't think there's many people in the country that could say, I stopped him. There aren't many DBs that can stop him, and there aren't many wide receivers that's going to go up against him and say, I got the best of him. One of your better athletes in this class kind of reminds me of Jalen Mbakwe from last recruiting class. The best athlete in last year's class was Jalen Mbakwe. He's proven it. He got recruited as a DB playing quarterback to DBU, Alabama. Goes as a true freshman after not playing DB for 2 years in his last high school, plays as a true freshman, gets 3 interceptions on the season, 6 pass breakups, solid on tackles, plays good, provides quality depth, then flips to wide receiver at the end of the season. And I think he had 2 catches in the Michigan game after practicing that wide receiver for 3 weeks. So you're talking about athletes. You're talking about athletes on the roster. Quick segue. I do want to answer this. Deborah, one of our members, asking about Key Russell and the family. Have I heard anything? I haven't heard anything verbatim. I checked in 3 days ago. I want to say the news is about 4 days old now. Man, I checked in, got a slight response, just the normal. I don't want to press. I don't want to speak on anything that I can't confirm. But I'm praying for that family. I'm praying for K-Dot. He's not. You can't tell. He's not down right now, but I know that thing hurting him. He's being strong. Some of the strongest qualities I've seen from a young man in a while. He's displaying them after losing somebody so close to him. So again, let's not forget this season, man. And forever, let's not forget Baby K, man. She was just as much of an energy person as Keelan. They both had that personality. And I just, like you said, keep praying for the family. I haven't heard anything about services or anything. We're going to continue to send our report from the Coach Smook Network, praying for him. And somebody asked us to post a prayer that we did for him. I sent it to them. They appreciate it. She, mom's hearted it. And she said, thank you to the family. I meant to tell y'all that the day after AAA family, it was very heartfelt when we sat on this live the other day and prayed. So definitely continue to pray for the Russell family. But Deborah, appreciate you for asking about that. It does matter to kind of like, let's go through our grieving together. Let's support each other. Let's not forget though. We got to continue to move forward, but let's not forget. And like I said, that's another motivation factor. I believe that's going to have this team really joined and locked in. You hate to see tragedy, but the way tragedy brings people together is awesome. The way tragedy brings people together is awesome. 1 hour mark. Thank you, Mary J. You on top of it today. So don't want to get carried away. Let's jump into recruiting. I got to tackle these names. So I'm going to give you my scoop. I'm going to give you my scoop on the live. We're not doing this for members today. I'm going to just put it out there. Love it. 121. Appreciate you for pulling up, man, on Twitch. Thank you for commenting. This weekend, I think high value targets, and I didn't get to make a graphic this year, but I'm gonna I'll probably do another recruiting thing for Bama as we continue to get news on Friday. So I'll put the high value targets list like we did the first week when we had the first week of visitors in June. Samarian Wingo is a guy that I think Alabama's really going to try to impact this year. Leaning heavy towards Miami, South Carolina, Alabama is like, I believe, are in his top 3. And I got my list up. Samarian Wingo, 6'2", 185, 4-star wide receiver, another Florida product, a speedster, a 4'4", 4'3" guy that can stretch the field. You look at his size, that 6'2" frame. He's not of the stocky 6'2" frame, more that slender frame that we've been seeing excel in Kalen DeBoer's system. But the speed factor, you look at all the receivers that Alabama is targeting heavy right now. Owen Capel is a guy that's trending towards Alabama. Boobie Feaster, Stadarian Morgan. You look at Jet Washington. He's labeled as a safety, but Alabama's looking to give him the flexibility to play on both sides. Caden Prothor is another guy that they're targeting. Big bodies. All these guys are 6'1", 6'2" plus, and they can go up and get the ball. Majority of them are speedsters, and you got some route technicians behind them. Right, you got 3 or 4 route technicians in this room right now that I think are just pure route runners. That's what makes them, right? And I look at how they're targeting wide receivers in this class. It looks like they're trying to replenish some of those skill sets in their room before guys make their decision after the eligibility of being drafted or hitting the portal, and they're addressing that in recruiting this week. I mean this recruiting class by going after some guys heavily like Wingo. We talked about Dash Arrington. I think USC is still heavy on him. They're going to continue to push for him. I think Oregon is in a good position with him. A&M has been throwing the dollars, has been throwing the bucks. You know what I'm saying? They're going to throw the bucks. And he actually would be a crazy asset for their offense. I think they got a quarterback that they're looking at in that 27 class that they feel like they're going to be, going to be the future for their program in this offensive scheme. So A&M is a good spot. It's a good look for him. But here at Alabama this weekend, I think we'll kind of try to showcase where he can be an asset on that defensive side. I really like him in Alabama's scheme at 6'2", college playing weight, probably like 195, 200. Has a frame to be a lockdown corner, has a skill set to be a lockdown corner with his speed, his physicality at the wide receiver position can translate over to the secondary. We've seen him make a lot of ball hawking plays in the secondary, but I don't think people have seen him be physical as far as tackling, open field tackling, chase downs, run downs, all of that stuff. He does it good all over the field. So Alabama's going to really showcase, going to show some interest in him and really make him a focal point in it with this group of guys. Elijah Golden. Elijah Golden is another guy I'm excited about. Defensive lineman, 6'3 and a half, 270, 275 right now. I know they have him listed on some websites at 260, but no, he's definitely 275. He's giving off, sort of Jeremiah Beeman type feels, playing on the interior defensive line, but he's a big guy that you could put in Alabama's defense. You might want to put him as your big bandit, right? When you go big across your front four, you want to go 4D lineman. You can put a guy like him at bandit, and have your some other big guys on the interior, and then your wolf can be the likes of a big frame wolf. Let's see who's in that room that can be considered big frame. Noah Carter's becoming big frame wolf. You know, the 245, 250 range, 6'4", 6'5", Dallas Turner, Will Anderson type look, where they're not as slim. They got a little bit more on their frame. I think Elijah Golden, you get an asset like him in this class, you open it up for other assets to spread across their front, and then you just build in depth with some of the guys that's committed. You got Kamarian Johnson committed in this class. You got Jamarian Matthews committed in this class. I think we're going to I know we're going to get J.J. Finch. He's really trending towards Alabama. Who's the other defensive lineman we was talking about the other day? Titan Davis. I think he's trending towards Alabama. I'm excited about Titan Davis. Titan Davis is a severely underrated kid. One that I believe if we get him, that 4-star look, everybody knows 4 stars and 5 stars are one and the same. If you haven't been paying attention to college football these past 6 years, the 5-star ratings is limited. It's only a certain amount of slots, but 4 stars is unlimited. So we see a lot of 4 stars in this class that's rated the same ratings as 5 stars. Politics and all that. I think if they're 5 stars, you're going to have a system that have 5 stars. There should be a limit on how many 5 stars are out there. Just label them 5-star. If they compare to the next guy next to him and they match, give them the 5-star. You know? So just looking at some of the commits in this D-line group to kind of round that out with Elijah Golden, or guys that's trending towards Alabama in this D-line group, in this 26 class, that's going to be a good one. A guy that's kind of fell under the radar that was hot with Alabama, a lot of talk was around him, 35 to 40 kids to 5-star rating, and that's stupid, Dylan. I think that's so crazy that they do that. It's 50,000 kids trying to get looked at the collegiate level by 100 and something universities to fill, 20,000, 30,000 roster spots year in and year out, or however many roster spots it is, and you're limiting, 0.2% of those kids, to that rating. That's kind of crazy. That's why I love what we're doing. Other platforms like myself, Hall Tech Sports, I'm not going to say TDA or any of them because they don't. Who else, man? Down South, a lot of these guys, football recruits, all of that stuff. All of you guys on Twitter that's doing this, what kind of like what we're doing, we're getting out and seeing these guys putting their film out there, putting their work out there. This helps them get that recognition on those guys that's been validated, but this also helps us get validated by showcasing that we know how to evaluate and find out talent. So excited to see this. But Nick Abrams is a name on this list, man, that's visiting this weekend. I'm excited. I texted Nick the other day. The young man is very undersized for a linebacker. Kind of puts me in the mind of Duke Johnson. Undersized for an Alabama linebacker, but the league of ball that he plays in, he just dominates to the point where you would love to see what he does with 30 extra pounds on his frame. Can he maintain the lateral speed? You add on weight, your physicality usually increases. Can he maintain that lateral speed and coverage ability that he displays at the edge as a hybrid, as an interior linebacker? Can he display that? I think Nick Abrams is a guy that we need to pay attention to. And he's one that I believe once Alabama really showcases, he'll commit, regardless of the linebackers in his class. If Xavier Griffin comes, he'll commit, come and compete. Another Maryland kid, C-Rob and Coach Mo handling the Midwest Northeast area. Karan Maycock, Karan Maycock, a current Florida State commit. I like what Alabama's doing with the safeties. I don't know what Coach Jones and Coach Mo are saying to these guys to gain their interest, but with Bray Hubbard and Keon Sabb, if I'm trying to get a top end safety asset in this class, I'm preaching and I'm preaching and I'm echoing the fact that Bray Hubbard and Keon Sabb. Bray Hubbard is your number 3 rated safety in this class, right? Your number 3 ranked graded safety in this class. He can go to the draft with a solid year. He can go to the draft. He's going to be first, second round pick. Same thing with Keon Sabb. Both of them are eligible. My recruiting pitch to any safety that's showing, interest in Alabama, you got to think we got a highly touted guy that we believe is going to be ready next year in Ike Taylor, that's going to be buried in the depth rotation as a true freshman. You got guys that have developed into those positions in Dre Kirkpatrick, who's probably going to be a starter next year at the Husky or the free position. Then you got Zay Mincy. If anything, Zay Mincy will be my starting free safety. I think Dre Kirkpatrick just plays too good in the box as a nickel corner and strong safety. I think you put him there and he's put on that size to be able to play that position, right? Be like your third or fourth linebacker on the field with defensive back skill sets. But then we got another speedster in that room, Cameron Howard. He can cover sideline to sideline, playing that one high look. And that might just be the skill set that he gets thrown out there in dime packages. So you got guys like Jaira Edwards. You got Zion Gibson in this class. You got Jordan Edmonds in this class. You got the young man we just talked about earlier, the safety out of Florida. You got him in this class. You got Jet Washington in this class that you're looking at. You look at Karam Maycock, and you can tell him, hey, Florida State just got 3 commits, three safeties in the past 2 years. You look at him and you say you got a realistic chance of coming in as an underrated 3-star. Somebody, when you turn the film on him, he doesn't camp a lot, but an underrated 3-star, not nationally ranked. But if you line his film up against next to some of the guys like and Albert Hill in this class, kind of showcases the same type of skill set, but a more I guess you can say a more sustainable frame, right? With his size, college ready day one. College ready day one with his size and frame and how he plays the game and physical. He can be a top free safety or one high safety, or he could be in the box safety. And then you got other guys in this class like Lasai Jackson out of Leesburg that's going to be visiting Alabama. So you look at the safety room, the defensive back room, and Alabama has the opportunity to really make some quality pitches to really secure this class and see what we're going to be. Sully says, if Ha a part of a recruiting team, I would love to hear his pitch. I think Ha has kind of just been more of a mentor on these visits, kind of guiding some of the players that's currently on roster how to, impact. That's what he really does. That player interpersonal relationship development. That's the role he serves at Alabama. Being able to get in those guys' heads and talk to them from a standpoint that bridging the gap between staff and this generation. He's kind of that bridge. Any more names on recruiting that I need to talk about? June 17th, that's coming up next week. I guess because we'll be going Monday talking about this. Tristan Keys is a guy out of Mississippi that I've been on. Shout out to Coach Marcus Dent. He got me in contact with Keys' camp, right? And Tristan Keys, LSU has got a stronghold on him. I really do think LSU has a stronghold on him. Coming to Bama to talk to Shep, I think is more of an interest thing from him, because everybody in the SEC, everybody in the Southeast is hearing about Coach Shepard and his wide receivers and how he's a director of player development. Yes, Clinton Dix. But Tristan Keys, I don't think we have much of a leadway in this race to get to either get him to decommit or flip. And LSU is doing some quality things in their 27 and their 26 and their 27 recruiting class. But even with Tennessee, with Tristan Keys, I think he had a recent visit. As a matter of fact, let's go to the page. Let's see if we can get to this. I got my list, but I think he either has a visit coming up with Tennessee or just had a recent visit with Tennessee. Okay, his visit with Tennessee is this weekend. I have friends. One of my brothers, his son is committed. He's at Tennessee, and he kind of just follows the recruiting. Christian Keys is a top target for Tennessee, and they've really been heavy, maintaining his attention, kind of like Georgia did with the wide receiver last year, Travis Smith Jr. The Josh Heupel showing up weekly, just kind of making his presence known. They really want Tristan Keys. And now LSU has his hard commit right now, right? LSU has his hard commit. But in the recent weeks, I think Tennessee might have pushed their way in. So while his mind is open, I think Alabama has a chance to really go in and do the same thing that Tennessee did, right? He wants to play day one. He wants to go somewhere, not necessarily and not have to compete, but he wants to go somewhere where he is going to be utilized day one. They are going to work him in no matter what. And Travis Smith and that young group of wide receivers at Tennessee, Tristan Keys could go in, and that group that's going to be sophomores next year, he could be an impact freshman because those guys are going to be catalysts. They're going to have a young wide receiver group, a veteran sophomore group of receivers, a young veteran sophomore group of receivers at Tennessee next season. And then they'll have their quarterback too. I think Brandon Faison will be there on campus, so they'll be taking that first step into their turnover, right? And then that third year when Keys and guys in his 26 class are sophomores and that 25 class is juniors, Tennessee's going to be a problem if they could secure a guy like this. But Alabama has to go in and make an impact now. Go get him. He's going to be on campus tomorrow. Currently have 11 wide receivers on the roster at Alabama. 4 of them are eligible for the draft this year. So you talking about depth, we can preach that. If Keys gets in this class, does he become one of the top 4, top 5 wide receivers in the rotation in the Alabama room? I think he has a chance to. 6'2", 6'3", same frame. You see these frames, man, that Bama is targeting. You see these frames that Bama is targeting. We got 2 more defensive linemen coming early in the week next year. I think Tyson Bacon might cancel his visit. The Hoover product, he might cancel his visit to Alabama, being that he's right up the road. And Bama is more of a interpersonal relationship. It's more of it's a little bit more than just recruiting with Alabama and Tyson. And I don't think it's a good history or relationship. He might be an Auburn kid, honestly, if I be honest. I know Auburn's after him. Both schools are going to be after their top in-state products year in and year out. But he announced his commitment to Miami recently. Was it Tuesday, Wednesday? Tyson Bacon? What it was, Tuesday, chat? I want to say it was Monday or Tuesday, but I feel like I was reading it yesterday. So Tyson Bacon going to be on campus. He's still set to be here early next week. Not sure how that's going to transpire with his announcement that just happened this week. And then another IMG product, man, we haven't hosted on campus. You won't hear his name much, but I feel like he'll be kind of like the Asaya Fega of this class, where you're seeing the guy that's Alabama's targeting, but nobody's talking about him. And that's Preston Carey out of Bradenton, Florida, out at IMG. And big body, 6'4", 6'5", 300 plus, interior guy, going to be your traditional, more so of that big defensive tackle that you want, one of those on roster. We don't have a huge guy like that on roster coming in or replenishing guys like Edric Hill and Jeremiah Beeman as they get ready to transition to their senior year or their eligibility year, draft eligible years. So getting guys like that on campus, kind of showcasing, and a lot of your talks are future progression, right? Depth chart order, where they fall in, what the roster looks like post, them possibly committing. And then that's where we see those changes happening. So Mary J, let me see. I've been missing some messages. All right, 1:15. All right, bet. Mary J got me straight. So we're going to be here. We're going to be hearing a lot of news this weekend in regards to recruiting, going into the next week. And then also next week, that's big recruiting weekend, the 20th. Sedarian Morgan will be on campus early. He'll actually be on campus early, headlining that weekend to host all the big names. I plan on contacting him, and we might have him on the show this weekend. We might have a little Smook and Sedarian talk this weekend where he just check in and we just kind of get y'all know CD, man. He don't care about sharing stuff with us. He treat us like family because we are family. It's just about getting time with him. He's so busy, and I pick at him. I be like, man, you done made it big time and forgot about me, man. You done forgot about me. But he's a genuine young man. He loves the Coach Smook Network. Me and him, we got a certain type of relationship, and I'm very public about it because I remember the same people that's cheering his name on now and just bragging about him being a star when I was doing his coverage on Bama football on YouTube. There was a lot of people that were going for some of the other big names in this class. Trishan Keys, I'd rather have him. But now he's got that 5-star rating. A lot of you all don't watch film. A lot of you all don't pay attention to what they're doing at the high school level. You just watch a highlight or two, and now you're hype about him. So he remembers those days, and I'm glad that he, like many others, aren't driven by, the voices of the fan base, right? The voice of the fan base. They do it. They play the game because it helps with their NIL value and other things of that nature. But I'm glad that a lot of them don't put a lot of weight into what a lot of you fair weather fans say and how you switch up. Updates before we get out of here on recruiting. I got 4 minutes. Got 4 minutes to close out the show. Nolan Wilson, stronger trend towards Bama. Stronger trend towards Bama. I saw some things. I talked with a Miami guy, and it seems that his family is really impressed with Alabama. We talked about Cooper earlier. That's a huge trending thing. Braden Ross and his Tennessee love and Texas is starting to get mixed up. Anytime you see mixy stuff between two other universities, Alabama's going to jump in that mix. Malachi Lee, I expect a commitment from him in July when he's announced his commitment. I think Alabama's going to get that commitment. Xavier Griffin, early July commitment. Expect him to commit to Alabama. Another name to be on the lookout for, and I'm scrolling down my list. We talked about Wingo. We talked about Arrington. I didn't talk about Roman Voss because I want to do a special on him. And there's something special about Roman Voss coming out of Jackson, Minnesota. I don't know what people aren't seeing with this young man, but if you thought Luke Metz was a super athletic guy, underrated athletic guy, we might have a chance to have two Luke Metzes on the roster at the same time. And when I have two Luke Metzes, that means I'm having like two Vinny Series, Bray Hubbard, Dylan Lee, like those type of players. And I don't care, judge me if you want to. White boys that get to it. White boys that get to it. Y'all said it in the chat. A lot of y'all, that white boy bad. It's a couple of them. Roman Voss, Bray Hubbard, they putting it on. They putting it on. Roman Voss is one of them dudes. Luke Metz gonna be one of them dudes. I'm telling you, you get two of these guys out here crazy. The kind that hit helmets with you without their helmet. They do the helmet bumps without helmets. Yeah, Roman one of them guys. And you can't tell because he got that, G.I. Joe face. That picture perfect face. Captain America type stuff. So Crowell and the guys showing up next weekend for the big weekend. Max Sutter is another name. If we can get this linebacker to commit Max Sutter over Ohio State, we win this class. Max Sutter will be a turning. Xavier Griffin. And somebody asked me earlier in the chat, and this is how I'm gonna close out. Do I have a projection? Do I have a projection for our recruiting class? I think this is a number one recruiting class. A lot of guys that's trending. Even if we don't get the likes of Max Sutter, we miss on Feaster. I think the guys that I feel like that I know or feel like are going to commit, 8+ scoop level, I think we're going to be in good position to have a number one class. And my final call out, man, all of you content creators, final call out, Mary J, and I'm probably going to go right to the 130 mark as we close out. The 25 is just so we can start shutting down. My gripes, man. As a matter of fact, just because we're doing this right now, I'm going to do it for the one time just because we can. And it's our show and we could do what we want. It's not necessarily a fair weather fan report, but Coach Smook call out. All right, Coach Smook call out. Mary J, can you remove that chat with Coach Smook banner while we get ready to go into this? It's not a fair weather fan report, but I'm going to call some things out. Check it out. So I want to say this. We're here today. And I want to acknowledge something real quick. As a matter of fact, before I even continue to acknowledge it, I gotta do this so y'all can get the real visual of what I'm trying to say. All right. So y'all can get the visual of what I'm trying to say. All right, chat. Just bear with me, y'all. I got about another 45 seconds to do this. Just bear with me, okay? Just bear with me. You get what I'm saying? Y'all see what's happening right now? Y'all see what's happening? Y'all see how like y'all see how I just keep disappearing and stuff? We got to do better, chat. If you're gonna come from me, at least let the presentation match, right? You get what I'm saying? You got to do better. Go and get that green sheet. You want to see how quick it fix it? I'm gonna show you. So you go get that green sheet, right? And you just pull that mug up behind you a little bit. You go pull that green sheet up, and there's an option. I'm helping somebody today. I'm preaching right now. There's an option, right? Under these settings in StreamYard, because I know that's what you use. And you hit this, you check this box, say, I have a green screen, right? And y'all see how, you see that? You see how smooth it shows up? Look, I got y'all mixed up. I'm in the, look. This is how it looks so cool. This is how people get attracted to your content. This is how they get attracted to your content, not by jumping on a show with somebody that got 20,000 plus subscribers and begging people to go follow your content, and they never show up and support your stuff. And you sitting over there continue to talk about me, bringing my name up, trying to do subliminals. And then people keep showing up and telling me you talking about me. New people, go look at the subscribers on our channel, y'all. We about to be at 3.2K, bro. For real. And these people keep talking about us. But yeah, this is how it works, y'all. This is my petty moment of the stream. I said I'm gonna dedicate like 3 to 4 minutes of being petty. Listen, look how beautiful it looks, chat. Look, you gotta get the right lighting so it don't have no glitches and stuff. But look at what I could do. Isn't this pretty? Look. Y'all want to go to the stadium? We in Bryant Denny. Some of them feel at Bryant Denny. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Y'all want to go to the film room? Let's go look at some film. Let's go look at some film at the Coach Smook Network. Come on, man. I want to go to Coach Saban office. Let's go. Let's go. We can get in there, cuz. We can go. We ain't got to move. Take him to the red room. Take him to the red room, coach. You see that window over yonder? You know who I'm talking to. When you tap in and you watch this, when you tap in and watch this, just know I'm talking to you. Ain't no secret about it. Because I know you probably watching right now. Your show probably just ended and you probably tapped in to see what's happening right now. I'm talking to you. Green screen is literally the easiest thing in the world, brother. The easiest thing. Hey, it's literally the easiest thing in the world. Look, don't just, Mary J, I might just half screen it like this while we playing. We might make it look like I'm in a, instead of in a, I won't have no hotel drapes in my background, maybe, right? Don't that look good? Doing it match? Chat, Mary J, I can't see the comments. Do it match? Do it match. That look good. What y'all think? What y'all think? That look good, don't it? Nice feng shui. Y'all see the window? It's sunny outside. Is it raining? Let me stop, y'all. Hey, that's it for today's show, man. I appreciate y'all for being here today and having fun with your boy, Coach Smook. Again, like I said, we gonna keep clapping back. I don't care, man. People get mad. They can say what they want. They can do what they want. You won't say it to my face, nor will you come out and say it out loud. So I just had to address it. We had some vocal stuff put out there, and it was funny to me. So I wanted to oblige and clap back. But it wasn't even like that. It was like just some funny stuff. Hopefully y'all got a good laugh out of there. I know I did. And I'm going to continue to laugh and just enjoy what we're doing. What we're doing over here on the Coach Smook Network. Appreciate y'all for turning up, man. Jordan K says, Smook. What's up, Jordan? Good to see you, my boy. Oh, them O's, man. Hold up. Is this how it sounded when you said it in your head? You said, Jordan, did you do one of these? Jordan, did you do one of these? Did you pull a smooth? Was it one of those, Jordan? If so, that's the best. Y'all know I ain't got no. That's it. Get them. All right, I'm going, y'all. Hey, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Don't forget, check out, like, subscribe, to the channel. Make sure you go check out all of our other socials. Coach Smook on every social platform. Coach Smook Gaming on YouTube and TikTok. And then Smook Hines on YouTube, man. Go check out the Smook Hines page. I think we have 70 subscribers on the Smook Hines page. Let's go ahead and get up to 100 on that. We need that 100 over there. That's where all the backup content, like what y'all enjoy, outside with Coach Smook, all of that stuff, that's where we're taking that. The vlogging stuff, we're going to take that there. And then we'll also have people in the community. We're going to be collabing, y'all. Content is it right now. Content is in. People will rather watch YouTube rather than watch cable. So with that being said, we got 30 seconds to close out. I want to thank you all for tuning in to the show today. Don't forget, 11:30 we'll be live doing some highlight reviews, talking about all of the high school prospects that are popping up on the radar. Just looking at random high school prospects that submitted them. We don't have a list, so Mary J will be helping out, just making sure we update height, weight, and all that stuff. So y'all be here, tune in for the show. And remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me and say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be blessed, man.
Better go subscribe. YouTube, roll with the tide. I'm down in the gun with Coach Smook. Through the game, roll tide, roll tide. Better go subscribe. TikTok. Subscribe, YouTube, roll with the tide. Down in the gum, down in the gum, down in the gum with Coach Smook. Through the game, roll tide, roll tide. Better go subscribe. TikTok, roll with the tide. Down in the gum, down in the gum, down in the gum with Coach Smook. Through the game, roll tide, roll tide. Better go subscribe. Roll with the tide, down in the gum, down in the gum, down in the gum with Coach Smook. Do the game, roll tide, better go subscribe. Instagram, roll with the tide. Who that? Take your face off that banner, man. I can't hear your keys and take the lead from piano, man. He's black, not red like tomato juice. I heard you bounce around like a clown. I call him kangaroo. Just speak intelligent, you speak your segment from the pen. True, that's in my own word. Position make you switch. In my own word, authenticity above all is something they can never be. Just my humble opinion, they fair weather jealousy. Triple A, we down, we don't change boat. Alabama roll tide, put me in the game, yo.